What's up, Barbarians? The patch is here and Upheaval has been buffed. Let's do Pit 88. Okay. I initially was going to use Bash, but as you can see, Whirlwind does a much better job. I was thinking about using Bash and Steel Grasp. That would still work. I don't think it would give as much damage as what this does here. 13 billion, check that out. Okay. So make sure you always hit Rallying Cry when it's on cooldown. When it's off cooldown, sorry. And we use Ground Stomp for a big pack, like right here, to get Wrath of the Berserker off cooldown. And then boom. So get those 10 stacks and Upheaval away. So now we have, between Rallying Cry and Wrath of the Berserker, we should be unstoppable pretty much the whole time. And we should also be unstoppable pretty much the whole time because of Yen's blessings. And because this guy's elite, we definitely want to stay here and finish him. But bigger packs are better. That was unfortunate. That was not an overpowered hit. There we go. Okay. Let's keep moving. Wrath of the Berserker, and boom. Yeah, Upheaval is really awesome now. And with Ground Stomp. Oop. Let's get out of that. With Ground Stomp now, we have our Wrath of Berserker up again. So Wrath of Berserker is up pretty consistently. And most of your hits will be overpowered. And the bigger the groups, the better. There we go. Finish off this guy and then find another pack. Ground Stomp. We just Ground Stomp again with Yen's blessings. Amazing. There we go. Keep moving. Find another pack. And boom. So Mono Upheaval is definitely in the dust. With all the overpowers and just having better ways to proc the red ring, you really can't go back. This build is definitely a lot of fun. And it's really cool to see the overpower hits and just how big they get. Like 13 billion, that's huge. Of course, that's not every hit, but It's still pretty cool. And levels like this are really good for this. They're really small. You gather them up. Boom. Let's go back and forth. There we go. That's some 10 billion hits there. Oh man. This is definitely a lot of fun. Unfortunately, the dot on the Hellhammer doesn't really do much for us. This is definitely just like an overpower build. But what does work for us is the ranks to wallop and ranks to upheaval. And the strength. And upheaval size, obviously. Like, it's still a really good mace, but... the actual dot effect with the burning is kind of pointless. And make sure for the shrines, you do not get the channeling shrine. That is going to kill your damage completely. Avoid it at all costs. There we go. Little group down here. Oh, wow. Okay, so the blast shrine got a buff. That was massive. Holy crap. I had no idea that I was going to get that much of a buff. Let's watch that again. Look at that. Okay, blast shrines are OP. $45 billion for a blast shrine? Man. That is cool. I am so glad they buffed that. Those feel good again. Look at that. That was a good hit. Yeah, I gotta say, playing Upheaval is definitely fun now. Not that it wasn't fun before, but this feels really good. Spinning and then just sweeping the floor. I should have hit Wrath of the Berserker before I was whirlwinding. Because technically that would have, using the upheaval would have buffed our whirlwind damage. One guy groups, don't worry about them. See right here, tight corner, boom. Always use your ground stomp. Who we got here? So unfortunately, I did hit Wrath of Berserker right before he came in here. So that does kind of suck. I wasn't paying attention, I was just trying to upheaval the guys. Didn't realize we were so close to the boss. Wait till you get to 10 and send it. 11.8 billion. Nice. So when the bosses have minions, that's when you want to hit your ground stomp. Right now, it's more important that we have our rallying cry up more often than it is to get our Wrath of the Berserker back on cooldown. The 5 seconds isn't going to be much. That was a bad one. There we go, that was a good hit. There we go. Almost done here. Yeah, this feels really fun. Except for stepping in poison. Stepping in poison is never fun. And I like how Upheaval's a ranged skill, so we can step back and try to miss some of these effects. Alright, she's gonna... There we go. 9. This should be the last one. No, one more. Okay, this will make sure. There we go. Okay, pit 88 complete. Feel we can easily do pit 90 with small adjustments or if we increase our glyphs. Let's go over the build. In the helm, we have the Air of Perdition. You want your masterworkings to hit on core skills. Lucky hit chance is still good because our only way to make enemies vulnerable is with pressure point. Even though we have 2 masterworkings on lucky hit, that does work in our favor as we almost have a 50% chance for Upheaval to lucky hit. Next, the Shroud of False Death. Absolutely amazing chest piece with the +1 to passive. Then we have the Gauntlets of Sundered Ground. The buff to this is amazing, and I think that's probably this aspect with the Battle Mad is what's giving us the 11 billion, 13 billion Upheaval hits every so often. Down here you want Strength, Attack Speed, Ranks to Upheaval, Pressure Point, and instead of Dust Devil damage, you want Damage to Berserking. I unfortunately ran out of tempers, and this is why my Blood Rage node is not capped out. If this had have been Damage to Berserking, I would be at the 450% mark. Next is Tibalt's Will. Absolutely amazing piece. Damage reduction, also an increase in damage. Amazing. Next we have Yen's Blessings. These boots are so good as they keep proccing Rallying Cry and Ground Stomp. I mainly want this for Rallying Cry so we are unstoppable all the time, so we can get this bonus to hit as much as possible. With Ground Stomp, we're getting Wrath of the Berserker cooled down faster, which is also helpful. Next is the Hellhammer. Absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, I feel the burning the enemies needs a bit of a rework because we don't really burn enemies in tier 4. It's not enough damage, but the ranks to wall up, ranks to Upheaval, the strength, Upheaval size, this mace is awesome. And for runes, we're using Tam Zeke, and we do this to help reduce the cooldown of Wrath of the Berserker. Next is the Battle Mad. I wanted this to be a mace, but I only had this sword. And on here you want Strength, Max Life, Overpower damage instead of Critical Strike damage. Damage to Berserking if you're not maxed out. With the tempers in the weapon slot, there wasn't much to pick from, so I did use Chance for Upheaval to deal double damage. That is not necessary, just an added bonus. Then we have the Doombringer. Absolutely amazing piece. I wish I had the GA on max life, and I wish my masterworkings didn't all hit on damage reduction. Then we have the Grandfather. Try to get your masterworkings on max life. Next we have the Ring of Starless Skies, the Red Ring, and the Banished Lord's Talisman. All these 3 work together and it's awesome. We use our Whirlwind on dual wield to proc Ring of Starless Skies with the Red Ring and the Banished Lords. As we Whirlwind, we are spending primary resource, and once we get to 5 stacks, it'll stay there, and every Upheaval will have our 50% bonus. We use Whirlwind to proc our Red Ring, and because Whirlwind cannot overpower, this is how we make sure that all of our Banished Lord procs will be used by Upheaval. Absolutely amazing synergy between these 3 pieces. You want your masterworking to hit on core skills and max life. On here, critical strike damage, and for this one, core skills. Our weapon expertise is Two-Handed Axe. For the skills, you want 2 points in any basic skill. We don't use it, so it doesn't matter which one you pick. Next, we take 2 points into Whirlwind for Enhanced Whirlwind. This is the reason why we take Whirlwind is A, to proc our Rings and Amulet, and B, to also gain Fury. Then we take 7 points into Upheaval for Furious Upheaval. Furious Upheaval completely outshines Violent Upheaval. The combo of using Upheaval and Whirlwind is absolutely awesome. Then we take 3 points into Warpath, and then we take 3 points into Pressure Point. This is our only way to make enemies vulnerable. That's why it's very important that you have a masterworking hit on pressure point. Next, we take 3 points into Ground Stomp, into Strategic Ground Stomp. This helps bring the cooldown of Wrath of the Berserker down. Then we take 3 points in Imposing Presence, 3 points into Martial Vigor, 3 points into Rallying Cry for Tactical Rallying Cry, 3 points into Booming Voice, 3 points into Guttural Yell, 3 points into Swiftness, 3 points into Aggressive Resistance, 3 points into Pit Fighter, mainly for the damage reduction, 3 points in Slaying Strike, 1 point into Thick Skin to get 3 points into Counteroffensive. We take the trifecta of Heavy Handed, Brute Force, and Wallop, and we don't take any points in Concussion, as Upheaval has a 45% chance to stun enemies, and we have an 80% chance for our lucky hit to make enemies vulnerable. Wallop is procced all the time. Take 3 points into Furious Impulses, 3 points in Invigorating Fury. I have 5 points into Wrath of the Berserker for Supreme Wrath of the Berserker, and our key passive is Unbridled Rage. For your arsenal selection, make sure Whirlwind is on dual wield. For the Paragon, in our first board we have Ire. Our second board is Decimator, where we take Dominate. Our third board is Warbringer, where we take Wrath. Our fourth board is Blood Rage, where we take Challenger. And if my gloves had have rolled damage to Berserking instead of Dust Devil damage, my Blood Rage node would be maxed out. Our final board is Bone Breaker, where we take Crusher. Very happy that Upheaval got a buff. We did 11 pit levels higher than the last video, and I would say this could easily do pit 90 and above. I think the changes to Upheaval and the Barbarian are awesome, and this proves it. If you like Upheaval, definitely give this build a try. Let me know if you can find any way to get more damage out of it. I think the best things to do is hit your masterworkings better than I have, and also make sure you max out your damage while berserking, unlike myself. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.